And we are live. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Christian Whistleblower channel. We are very glad to be here for you, bringing you the information that we hope you will use to guide your own spirit, master your own ascension, be your own guru, and unindoctrinate yourself. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower, your happy contrarian, coming to you live from an undisclosed location deep in the American heartland, from the heartland of American to your hearts. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. Glad to have you all here. It's a good day to be alive. Some people say life sucks, but it sure beats the alternative, at least right now, in my opinion. So we got a lot of good stuff going, a lot of powerful stuff going. And tonight we're going to talk about crucifixion implants. We're going to be drawing on the work of Lisa Renee, Ascension Glossary, probably very close to the best alternative information website that's out there. Absolutely, positively, just outstanding good stuff. You should make yourself familiar with the Ascension Glossary because it is powerful stuff. And Lisa Renee is the one that I guess received the downloads for all of that stuff. And that's rather amazing, isn't it? That she would receive that much of a download of that much stuff and powerful stuff. And it's just really good. And the thing I like about it is Lisa Renee comes from a completely different paradigm than I do. She comes from a completely different belief structure than I do. And yet we say the same things, only I'm talking old school religion, Christian, not Christian anymore, but just religious terms. She's talking in much more refined, much more esoteric, much more intelligent terms. And some people like to hear it from an old-fashioned, give me that old-time religion type of perspective, and I got that covered. And some people like to hear it from a new age, newfangled, more refined type of approach. And some people just friggin' like it down and dirty, like Rocky Stucci, who's in the chat room. And get ready, Sunday night coming at you again is Shut Up and Listen with myself and the emotional meatball Rocky Stucci. Have you got your Meatball Army shirts yet? Go to Rocky Stucci's website, which I believe is streamingtalkradio.com, and you can make yourself look pretty spiffy in one of those shirts. So let's talk about crucifixion. Let's talk about crucifixion implants. And it's funny because I talk about being possessed by the Christ, possessed by creepy Christ and Big Daddy, because you ask those two to come into your heart. And Lisa Renee talks about having crucifixion implants. I talk about being possessed by it. She talks about having implants. You know, some people can't handle you need to cast Jesus out. Some people can't handle you need to cast the Father out. Some people can handle you should remove these energetic implants. It goes down a lot easier for some people. So we're here to help everybody unindoctrinate themselves. We don't want to make you follow our rules. We don't want you to contextualize yourself to us. We want to contextualize ourselves to you. And that's what I'm talking about. Except when Rocky and I get together, we're not contextualizing ourselves to nobody. And Rocky and I were talking today, and Rocky and I really are kind of foul individuals, but we have a good time, and we bring it to you straight, and you'll be able to see that on Sunday night. So boom, here we go. Let's talk about crucifixion implants. I love this. Lisa Renee says that our planet has been invaded by multiple mutations of alien mind control programming. I mean, this sounds like the X-Files already. And, you know, where we would say from an old school religious mindset, we're being attacked by demons. Lisa Renee says we've got multiple mutations of alien mind control programming, siphoning our life force to other planets that serve alien agendas. Demons are controlling our minds and sucking our energy and taking it into the astral realm. And Lisa Renee says, oh, well, there's multiple mutations of alien mind control programming while siphoning our life force to other planets and serve alien agendas. However you like to hear it, however it works into your dome and down and sifts into your mind and you get it, that's all we care about. If you want to think about demons and archons and sucking your life force and the astral realm, great. If you're better off thinking about mutations of alien mind control, siphoning the life force to other planets to serve alien agendas, good for you with that. But lady Lisa Renee and I, relax, Jeff. I know you're having fun, but take a deep breath. Oh, yeah. Lucky from Truth Frequency News in the house. Had some great radio shows with her. Looking forward to more. Maybe we should get you on here as well, Lucky. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we both agree, Lisa Renee and I, that our race is locked into a war over false gods. My God's better than your God. And the crazy thing is, the real war that we're locked into, the biggest battle that we're locked into, is three versions of the same God. Because the Lord, Jehovah of Israel, the Lord of Christianity, and Allah of Islam, same God. Absolutely the same God. So we're not even fighting amongst false gods. We're fighting under three manifestations of the same false God. That's how dumb we are. We're fighting three different manifestations of the same false, puny, failed, flatulent God. And they each have this archetypical story. Well, in different versions, and well, let's just stick with Christianity. That's what I know. There's an archetypical story of a crucified Christ figure, and I tell you that's not real. And I tell you, when you accept it, you accept possession. And I tell you that it's human sacrifice, and I tell you that it's torture, and I tell you that it's cannibalism when you take the Eucharist and you take the communion. And I tell you these things, and it's so crazy that you guys and you run away. But that's why I love Lisa Renee, because she says the crucified Christ figure is a mockery to further enslave humans into believing in a salvation model through a crucified Christ. It represents the tortured human being, as we are all Christ, and we have been crucified or impaled as our planet was invaded. So I'm trying to get you to understand that from a old-time religious type of a archetype, and she's trying to get you to understand it from a big picture esoteric standpoint. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, it's the same story. There's false gods or extra off-planetary beings that are leveraging a false story to keep, what I say, us under a fear and guilt control matrix, and what Lisa Renee calls a tortured human complex. These structures, Lisa Renee says, are implants. I say it's possession by the creepy Christ and Big Daddy. Now, Lisa breaks it down and says they're actual tangible control structures that are in our individual bodies, in the seventh chakra, in our meridians, in our entire left side of our bodies. And we're not aware of these implants until somebody like me or Lisa Renee opens it up to you. And I just love this. I just love this woman's work. I love this woman's work, Rocky Stucci. You know what I'm talking about? Because the first thing she talks about is the Armageddon software. And what is Jeffrey Daugherty always rambling on about? He's always rambling on about the fear and guilt pushers of eschatology, lies about the third temple, lies about the rapture, lies about the second coming, lies about the tribulation, lies about the two witnesses, lies about, it's all lies. There is no, and I'm coming in hot, Rocky. I know I better need to back this down a little bit. There is no Bible prophecy left to fulfill. It was all fulfilled in AD 70, at least by AD 2 or 300. It's all done. Anything else that is to come is a Jesuit scripted prophecy perpetrated by people that are either unknowingly aligned with the Jesuit mindset or who are, in fact, themselves agents of the Jesuit mindset. Let me say that again. Anyone and everyone, without exception, that is still promoting any aspect of an end-time prophecy, eschatology, end of days, tribulation mindset, everybody that's doing that is either unknowingly a puppet, a parrot of the Jesuit scripted prophecy scenario, or they know that they are of the Jesuit scripted prophecy scenario, and they're just trying to take control of you and keep you under guilt, keep you under fear, keep you under control, keep you in that matrix. Because the Armageddon software programs, war, pestilence, cataclysm, fears, and I'm going to say it, fears about Planet X, fears about pole shift, fears about solar flares, fears about flooding out, fears about we're all going to die, fears about the earth collapsing, fears about meteors. It's all part of the Armageddon software. And depending upon your perspective, it either comes from off-planet entities that are trying to instill fear in this Armageddon software into us, or it comes from spiritual entities that are trying to keep us in their fear and guilt control matrix. And these fear programs, Lisa Renee says, are just like biowarfare mind control programs, and they're used to suppress our human consciousness. Now, Lisa Renee thinks they're actually running programs on us to suppress our consciousness. And I'm trying to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that this fear porn that you guys are addicted to, some of the 36,000 of you that watch this channel faithfully are still addicted to fear porn. You still want to go see who saw Planet X today. You still want to go see when Armageddon's going to happen. You still want to go see when the next horrific event's going to happen. You're hooked on it. And it is suppressing your human consciousness. Jeff, I don't understand why you don't know anything about Planet X, because I don't want my human consciousness suppressed. I don't want to be in a fear vibration, because when I'm in a fear vibration, when I'm in a fear harmonics, when I'm in a fear frequency, I can't be up here because fear brings me down here. Well, Jeff, you're just sticking your head in the sand. Wait a second, cousins. It is a form of entertainment. If I'm doing my interior, inside spiritual work, if I'm working on my spark of divinity that's within me, if I'm working on my anointing, my consecration, if I'm working on staying in the flow, and I'm in that flow, and I'm dialed in, and I've got it going on, and I'm in touch with source, what difference does it make to me if, I'll say it again, if Planet X and Nibiru and Marduk and Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter all crash into the flat Earth, and it collapses the flat Earth into the hollow Earth, and the moon magnet smashes in as well, and it happens during a grand solar minimum, and meteorites hit, and solar flares hit, and swamp gas from Uranus comes, and Godzilla appears at the same time. And the firmament breaks, and we all flood and die. Does it matter to me if I'm divine, I'm sovereign, I'm free? No, not at all. Doesn't matter. But if I'm so worried about Planet X and Nibiru, I can't remember all of these, and Marduk, and Jupiter, and Saturn, and Mars, and the swamp gas from Uranus, and the meteors, and the solar flares, and the grand solar minimum, and the comets and the moon and the collapse into the hollow earth of the flat earth and Yellowstone exploding at the same time while 5G and chemtrails rain down upon us. If I know all about that, and Godzilla, can't forget Godzilla, and Mothra, if I know all about that, but I haven't done the inside work, and I'm not sure my divinity, my sovereignty, my freedom, if I've allowed my consciousness to be suppressed through my fear porn addiction, then I'm in trouble, cousins. Because the Armageddon software, according to Lisa Renee, through the false father satanic religions, oh, the Father, the Father, the Father, the Father, the Father, the Father, oh, the Father. What about the Mother? Oh, the Father. False father satanic religions, false gods, killing and torturing humans through war. This Armageddon software, all of that's in it. It's a mind control system, and it's activated through the crucifixion implants or the possession of the creepy Christ and the Big Daddy, however you want to look at it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's all the same game. It's just being played by different people. It really is. It really is. And it all centers around these wounds of Christ that we've been taught about, and I'm going to teach you about. I used to preach a sermon back in the day called The 7 Places That Jesus Shed His Blood. And I preached the hell out of that sermon, Rocky. I want to let you know, Amanda, I preached it up one side and down the other, Tracy Dyer. Wore it out. And the good thing about being an evangelist, you go from church to church to church to church, right? And you only go there once a year. So as long as you keep good records, you only need, at the very most 52 sermons, right? But you're not going to preach every year, every week of every year. Last year, I think I only did 37 weeks. So all I really needed was 37 really good sermons at the most. But really, I had like 15, 16. And if you work it right, you get really good at them. And you just got to make sure nobody hears it twice. And the 7 places where Jesus shed his blood was one of those sermons. And it's so amazing that was 20 years ago within the fear and guilt control matrix of Christianity. Oh, and you get a little brow sweat with those 17, 18. You get 17, 18 good sermons, and you got some brow sweat going, cousins. You got a ministry right there. You got a ministry. Oh, yes, you do. I hate that word ministry. I hate that word. I really do. It just smacks of fear and guilt control matrix. It just smacks of Christianity. It just smacks of mind control matrix. I hate it. Don't ever call me a minister. Don't ever ask me if I have a ministry. No and no. But yeah, a little brow sweat and 18 sermons, and you are good to go. But there's 7 places Jesus shed his blood. And some of you are counting right now, and you can't come up with 7. I'll get there. Do you ever, and I never thought about this, but there's 7 places that Jesus shed his blood. And there's also 7 chakras. Ooh. And I know the chakras were probably not organic. I know they're probably put in us as entryways for these off-planet or spiritual entities, but they are there, and we can make use of them, and we can turn what is meant for evil into good, and we need to be aware of them. So 7 places he shed his blood, 7 chakras, meant to take the crucifixion, ladies and gentlemen. Accepting the creepy Christ and Big Daddy into your heart or receiving these crucifixion implants is meant to completely paralyze your, Lisa Renee calls it a light body. I'll call it your spiritual body, who you really are. It's meant to completely paralyze you, keep your chakra so you can't get out. So you got to stay in this body. But those of you that have already received Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior and pled the blood over yourself and gave your soul and asked the Father and the Son to come live in you, you don't have to worry about that anymore because you've already sold your soul and you've already signed a deal that says only your mortal body will be resurrected. I've shown you that repeatedly. You've already accepted the crucifixion implants, and you are not going anywhere. You're not going to pass go. You're not going to collect $200. You're coming back around again, cousin. Bring it around one more time. You're not a VIP, not a very enlightened person. I know it's not an I, just work with me. These frequency transmissions, ladies and gentlemen, come into your morphogenic field, and they lock you down by the use of black magic. And I just said that yesterday, and here's Lisa Renee talking about black magic. It is black magic. And she even calls it Christ black magic. And it's all related around the crucifixion implants, which revolve around the wounds of Christ. Boy, this is really, really good stuff. Lisa Renee says that they're embedded crucifixion inserts that are placed in our brains and our human body. They're holographic inserts that misdirect and steal life force energy belonging to our spirit. The false crucifixion inserts are how planetary collective mind was invaded to reflect itself with the salvation model of a crucified deity, which was designed to spread the bad aliens, violent religions on the earth. Same thing I've been saying, just in much higher and loftier language. Crucifixion, listen to this. Crucifixion represents the consciousness enslavement of humanity to repeatedly recycle their souls from karmically bound physical bodies. Do you believe that? I just said if you accept Jesus and the Father into your heart, you have allowed them to possess you, and they've locked you into the deal that says we will raise your mortal body, and you will have eternal life in this mortal body. And Lisa Renee just says it's a consciousness enslavement of humanity to repeatedly recycle karmically bound physical bodies. Who knew that Lisa Renee of Ascension Glossary and Jeffrey Daugherty, crazy, funny haircutted Jeffrey Daugherty, would be saying the same stuff in different languages to a different crowd? Lisa's working just as hard as I am to get you to unindoctrinate yourself, and she can get some other people to unindoctrinate. I'm working as hard as I can over here to get people to unindoctrinate themselves, and some people can listen to me and get unindoctrinated. They couldn't listen to Lisa. Some people listen to Lisa, get unindoctrinated, couldn't listen to me. And that doesn't bother me a bit. I just want you unindoctrinated, cousin. I don't care if you come through the Stucci portal, the Roberts portal, the Constantine, as in Jenny Constantine portal. I don't care. As long as you get there and we wind up in the same place. And these karmically bound physical bodies are bound by the wounds of Christ, ladies and gentlemen. The wounds of Christ that didn't happen, the wounds of Christ that are made up. She says they're holographically inserted into our brains. I say they're spiritual possessions that we invite in, and it shuts us down, cousin. And these crucified group consciousness bodies, that's us that accept the salvation story. We're used to feed the artificial creations or the phantom matrix. Oh, that's a great term. What the hell's a phantom matrix? Lisa Renee. Oh, listen to this. Lisa Renee says the phantom matrix is a fallen region of lower dimensional spectrum, originally from our universal time matrix. It became a slowly degenerating black hole reality and contains a fallen parallel Earth that the Bible refers to as a bottomless pit. Oh, tell me that ain't interesting. Lisa Renee is a lot more interesting than I am, and she's better looking. But we're held in this phantom matrix. We're held in this mortal body. We're held in this hell of reincarnation and recycling. And it's made by the controllers, Lisa says, to serve their enslavement agenda on the earth. Oh, it's so good. It is so, so good. I say hide that one. Hide that one. Thank you. Wow. And look at this. I haven't read this. Listen to this. This is so good. This is surfacing now, says Lisa Renee, to be recorded into to be recoded into alignment, unindoctrinated. This is surfacing now to be recoded into alignment with the higher structure of universal laws, serving this divine source purpose to take account of the abuses and crimes committed by the controllers. That's what we're talking about, calling this false God to accountability, calling to accountability those that have instigated and wielded these religious wars and these consciousness-stealing powers. And this time, she says, and I believe this, and you guys always laugh at me because I'm so optimistic. Well, they say that you say that I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Because Lisa Renee says this time right here, right now, begins a phase of restoration, which is about returning and reclaiming the anointing, the sophionic intelligence to the earth, and returning the spiritual bodies back to the rightful owners to which they belong. Boom. 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 Shakalaka. Boom, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. This is powerful, powerful stuff. Listen to this. Because so many humans on this planet have belief systems based in a cross-crucifixion theology based upon what she calls negative alien religions. Well, the being that now calls himself Yahweh that isn't Yahweh, he is a being from another planet, and he is negative, so he is literally a negative alien. And his religion is a negative alien religion. And the energetic cause and effect has been disastrous to the expansion of human consciousness. Our desire to achieve liberation, sovereignty, and godhood, our desire to be divine, sovereign, and free has been blocked by the cross-crucifixion theology. I couldn't have said it any better myself. That's why I'm talking about Lisa Renee's Ascension Glossary. Ooh, listen to this. Do you think this is true? Certain beings agreed to incarnate, called the Redeemers, to come here and alchemically transform the energetic manifestations. I got chills. I don't know about you. I'll bet Rocky's got chills. Certain beings agreed to incarnate as the Redeemers and alchemically transform the energetic manifestations to reveal the implants and the holographic architecture of this distorted belief pattern. That sacrifice was necessary to appease God. Some of us are here to tell you that you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. You don't have original sin. You're born with a spark of divinity within. To let these souls know that they've been a blood sacrifice and that their energetic power has been harnessed to keep the crucifixion insert and its belief systems running, to keep the fear and guilt control matrix going. One of the main systems of planetary control is the religious fundamental Christian programming. These programs manipulate the planetary field and the collective human mind into believing that they are truths and that they're revelations from the Father. They manipulate people to worship a false God, and the energetic results are vampiric to the human divine soul. Holy smokes, ladies and gentlemen. Lisa Renee sounding like Jeff Daugherty. Jeff Daugherty sounding like Lisa Renee. How many times do you have to hear the same story? How many times do you have to hear the warning siren? How many times does someone have to open your cage, swing open the door, and say run before you leave all that stuff behind and just run? Set yourself free. Why are you Stockholm syndrome? Why are you happy? And why do you continue to try to hold on? Oh, you know what? I want to keep this part of the crucifixion implants. I like this part. It makes me feel good because my mama used to sing it, my daddy used to sing it, and my grandpa used to preach it. And I like the way Jimmy Swagger plays the piano. And I just like that old rugged cross. Just let me keep a little bit of it. I just want a little bit. I don't want to go cold turkey. I want to keep some of it. You will never be free until you rid yourself of the crucifixion implants. You will never be free. You will always have problems. You will always be sick. You will always be tired. You will always be broke. You'll always be busted. You'll always be disgusted. You'll be cheated on. You'll be left. You'll be disappointed until you kick out the creepy Christ and Big Daddy, until you rid yourselves of the crucifixion implants. You're going nowhere but down. You're getting nothing but trouble. So stop bitching if you're not willing to do something. It's that simple. I'm tired of the whining and the crying and the moaning and the groaning. You know what to do. Either do it or don't. Do it and let's get going on and get busy, or don't do it and have a nice hot cup of shut up. Was that too strong? Was that too strong? Jeff, I'd rather you play elevator music and talk soft and look all sparkly at me. I'm not going to do that crap. You're going to get the real McCoy, the whole enchilada right here and right now. You got the whole cannoli coming at you. I hope you love me, but I don't care if you hate me. Don't care if you hate me. Hope you do. Wish you'd love me. If you don't, hope you hate me, because I can use hate and I can use love. I can transmute that, take it in, make another podcast, change the world. Just don't be indifferent. That I can't do anything with. We're going to have to do another show on this because we didn't get to the 7 places Jesus shed his blood and how they apply to the full areas of our lives and how they completely shut us down and how we can remove them. You know what? You've heard how I say to remove the creepy Christ and Big Daddy. Let me give you Lisa Renee's crucifixion implant removal formula. Beloved being in the universal harmonics. Wait a minute. I'll just read it to you. It's pretty deep. Beloveds, bring in the universal harmonics in an oscillating wave format to recode all bi-wave systems into the Trinity wave formats to create the crystal star communication stations here and now. I request the removal of all crucifixion patterns. Let me just suggest you start right here. I request the removal of all crucifixion patterns. I might say I demand, but I demand the removal of all crucifixion patterns and their implants to be removed from me, Jeffrey Allen Daugherty, in all areas in the sequence necessary to support the optimization and ascension of myself and all beings we have permission to represent in this time and space. I terminate and I resolve all organic and inorganic and alien influences. I terminate all enslavement records with intent to harm or hurt. There you go. That's a little different. And you have to realize that the words themselves are not that important. It's your intention. It's what you want. It's what you have decided you want done. Beautiful stuff. I'll come back and finish this, probably not tonight. Tomorrow I'm doing my concealed carry permit class. So we'll probably, I don't know if we can do any live podcasting from the place. We'll try, but we'll definitely do some recorded, and we'll bring you some footage of that, and we're going to start to talk about that sort of thing so you can be unindoctrinated in your liberty and in your political ideals too. So we want you to unindoctrinate your whole self, not part of yourself, not most of yourself, not some of yourself, whole damn thing. Lisa Renee, talking about how to get yourself free. And that's what I'm talking about too. It's a great partnership, even though I never met her, never talked to her, exchanged some emails, hope to get her on the program. It's Friday night, cousins. You can still go out and have some fun, or you can stay in and read the Ascension Glossary. Don't forget, these broadcasts are brought to you by Mystech. Put you at the Schumann resonance, remove dis-ease, go a long way towards it. Fluffy, focused life force energy, put you in a high consciousness field. Give yourself a fighting chance to unindoctrinate yourself. I am Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. This has been some more podcast excellence from the heartland into your heart, I hope. Whatever paradigm you're more comfortable in, get yourself free in that paradigm. Take control of your sovereignty. You are divine. You are sovereign. You are free. I hope you'll subscribe to this channel. Thank you, Cliff. Many goddesses are with me. Thank you. And I know that. Subscribe to this channel. Make sure you are subscribed, because lots of people have been unsubscribed. And I know that there's a number of people leaving this channel, and that's good. It's a sifting. You got to have a firm foundation before you can grow. There's a sifting going on. And if you are wanting to leave, to some of you, I hope you get yourself in your mind straight and come on back. To the rest of you, I just say, well, bye. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty, the Christian Whistleblower. We are the last generation of real humans. We are divine. We are sovereign. We are free. Is there any better time to get rid of the crucifixion implants, the creepy Christ, the Big Daddy? Is there any better time to unindoctrinate yourself? I think not. Do it, and let's get busy.